What's going on, guys? I'm Mighty back again with the weekly Rust Skins videos. This is going to be a quick video for this week just because it is quite late. So we have a new set called the Apostate hoodie and pants, both going for $1.55 each, which at the moment it appears that is going to be the new norm for the prices in AUD, that is. So overall with these ones, we've got the black sleeves on the hoodie, which is a good thing because it does have a little bit of red on the left arm, but I do think this is just going to be another cheap alternative for black clothing, which you can't really go wrong with. So overall, I don't think the hoodie is going to be a bad investment, whereas the pants does have the blue denim on the legs and even on the back of it as well, where the pockets go. So that is, in my opinion, a little bit unfortunate. Of course, if this was full black, just with a little bit of red like the hoodie, then I do think this would perform better. But overall, if the Apostate does become a set and we get armor for it, we get boots for it, we get gloves for it, then I do think the Apostate pants and hoodie will go up in price. They're only $1.55, which is standard store price at the moment for clothing. And overall, I think they're going to be a safe investment. I'd recommend getting the hoodie over the pants simply because the pants do have that denim on it. And I do think that is definitely a missed opportunity with the denim, but it is what it is. Not really too much you can do about that one. Overall, though, it looks like it's probably going to be a pretty interesting looking set if it does continue in the future, which I'm sure it will. Whether it gets accepted or not, hopefully it does, and then that will increase the prices of these bad boys. Right, moving over to the black. So overall, I will recommend investing in them because I do think they'll be pretty safe investments. Right, now moving over to the black gold road sign stuff and the coffee can helmet. So I just want to be very clear, the coffee can helmet is actually cheaper than the road sign vest and the road sign kilt. So not a bad thing, but it is a little bit peculiar. Overall, the coffee can helmets, I actually do think it's a good thing because coffee can helmets don't really sell as well in comparison to the vests, and then the vests don't sell as well in comparison to the kilt. So if anything, the coffee can helmet should be cheaper, and then the road sign vest should be cheaper than the kilt, but it is what it is. So we'll just talk about the helmet for a sec, going for $3.05. We have the Metal Gear for the black gold already out. The metal face mask is going for $5.15, and the metal chest plate is going for $4.07. So a bit of a difference there, but that is because the black gold chest plate has 227 quantity on the community market, whereas the black gold face mask has 84. So I think the road sign stuff is going to have a very similar amount of quantity compared to each other in the store once it goes to the community market, even though the helmet does, it's 80 cents cheaper. So I do think the quantity on the community market will still be similar to one another there. So overall, I do think that it's probably going to be going for around $4. The helmet is probably going to be going for around like $3.50-ish, I would say. So you're not really going to be making money off of it. So overall, I'd recommend picking this one up with the buy order, the black gold helmet, because I do think you're going to be able to get it for a little bit cheaper on the community market. If not, you probably get it for around the same price. So if you're just picking it up as a play skin, get it off the Rust store, sell at Christmas time if you want to, change up your skins or whatever, and you should be able to make a little bit of money off of that, or at least break even. So overall, I don't think it's going to be too risky because you have to hold it for 2 months and that's it. So overall, it's not going to be the end of the world. The black gold vest is a little bit more expensive, and so is the kilt, being 80 cents more expensive. So the black gold vest is $3.85, and so is the kilt. So overall, it's actually a really nice looking set. And it turns out I didn't buy the boots. No clue how I missed that one. If someone wants to trade me some, then my link is in the description, but I don't know how I managed to pull that one off. Anyway, the kilt and the vest, I do think they're probably going to sit around the price that they're going for now, so they'll probably be like $4.20, something like that on the community market. I do think the kilt is the better option, of course, but it's such an expensive price in the Rust store. I think you can pick it up for a little bit cheaper on the community market with the buy orders. Of course, you have to be quick. Make sure you try and get your buy orders on day one, because that will prioritize your buy order over someone else's. That is how the buy orders work. It goes off of who makes a buy order first. So overall, the black gold kilt and the black gold vest are quite expensive. But then again, I also will say the same thing with the coffee can helmet. If you pick up the vest and the kilt as a play skin off the Russell store in 2 months' time, Christmas time, Christmas to January, February, you'll be able to sell these for the same price, if not slightly more. So you'll be turning a slight profit, if not breaking even. So I really don't think these are going to be a risky investment or play skins to be picking up. So overall, if you want to pick them up as an investment, go for it. If you want to pick them up as a play skin, I really don't think you're going to lose money, especially once you get over them. You're going to be able to sell them, and I do think that this is a long-lasting kind of skin. So just black and gold, it's pretty simple, and everyone likes it, so the demand will always really be there for it. Overall, I do think that these three aren't going to be bad investments, though. So invest in them if you want. The Skull Killer Road Sign Gloves. So this is, of course, a continuation of the Skull Killer set, which we've had I'm pretty sure we had the Metal Gear for it. We've had the Road Sign gear, and it's actually shaped out to be quite a nice looking set overall. But the Skull Killer hoodie and pants did get oversaturated. The hoodie is going for $1.50 with 238 quantity on the community market, and the pants are $1.55 with 225 quantity on the community market. So both very oversaturated. And even the road sign gear is not performing that crazy either, with the vest going for $1.93, the helmet going for $2.08, and the Skull Killer kilt going for $2.08. So I mean, if they're going for around that price, then you're probably going to make money off of them. And overall, there isn't actually that many road sign gloves. So I actually do think the Skull Killer road sign gloves will be a safe investment. They are standard store price for clothing and armor for $1.55. And so overall, I will recommend investing in them. I don't think they're going to be a risky investment. And I can't remember if there's a Azul road sign gloves or not. But if there isn't, then these were probably the only blue road sign gloves at the moment. So I mean, and they also look sick. Personally, I think they look better than Azul, but that is just my personal opinion. Overall, I will recommend investing in these Skull Killer road sign gloves, as I do think they're going to be safe investments. Alrighty, moving over to the Constellation's Armored Door. Now, of course, if the Constellation set does continue, so this is a continuation now, we've just had the double sheet metal door come out. I'm pretty sure it was last week, if not the week before. I'm pretty sure it was last week though. That's obviously gone up in value simply because the armored door has gone from the community market, from the workshop now to the Russell store. So this one's now a continuation of a set, and that is what increases the prices and increases the demand for skins on the community market. So as long as the Constellations set does continue, and of course the armored door will go up in value as well. It is above standard store price, but this is, I'm assuming, the new standard store price for glowing deployables, $3.85. So it's pretty much to be expected at this point for this one to be a little bit more expensive. Overall, nice door. It is obviously very similar to the previous skin we've just had in. So do I think it's going to perform all right? Overall, honestly, I do think you could probably pick this one up for a little bit cheaper on the community market with a buy order. But picking it up off the Russell store, I do think this set will continue. So I really don't think it's going to be a risky investment overall. Okay, moving over to the final skin of the week, we have the Quarantine SAR going for $3.05, which I think this is probably the standard store price for weapons. And I don't think the Quarantine set has really performed that well overall, but I really personally like the set. And so far, we've, of course, had the deployable, which was the sheet metal door. That one's not doing too crash hot. It's got 107 quantity in the community market, starting at $1.70. But then we go over to the weapons. We've got the AK with 122 quantity on the market, crazy oversaturated for an AK especially, starting at $2.49. Sorry. Then the Crossy with 44 quantity on the community market, starting at $3.25. So that's a better price. And then finally, the Quarantine MP5, which is actually oversaturated with 162 quantity on the community market, but it's starting at $4.29, so not a bad price. Overall, the SAR, I think, is probably going to sit in between the crossbow and the MP5, so between $3.25 and $4.29. Overall, I also think the quantity will sit in between the Crossy and the MP5 as well. which is 44 quantity and 162 quantity. I think it's probably going to sit around the 80 quantity mark on the commodity market. So $3.05 for the Quarantine SAR. I do think you can make a little bit of profit off of this one, but I really don't think it's going to be a crazy amount. So I don't think it's going to be really that worth to invest in. So if you have a smaller wallet and you want to just pick something up, if you want to pick it up as a play skin and you get sick of it later down the line, I do think you're going to be able to sell it for a little bit. But if you want to maximize your profits, I do think there's better skins, and there will be better skins in the future to be investing in. Overall, really nice looking. I really like the Quarantine stuff, so a really nice looking skin in my opinion. But I really just don't think it's going to perform absolutely nuts or anything like that. So that's what the store's looking like for this week. Hopefully I don't forget to buy anything. Like I apparently forgot to buy the black gold boots. As I said, no clue how I did that. I guess I probably just forgot to buy something from that store. If not, I probably forgot to buy the whole store. I'm probably not really going to invest in anything this week. But if I were to buy my cart right now, which I'm not going to, I'd probably end up copying at least 2 of the hoodie and pants each. I'd definitely buy 1 of the black gold, each of them, just because I like that. I'm going to collect them. And then I'd probably also pick up 1 of the Skull Killer Road Sign gloves and the Quarantine SAR. So probably not the Constellation's Armored Door, simply because I use other Armored Doors and it doesn't really match my style. But keep in mind as well, you guys always want to see my cart, but just keep in mind, I do buy stuff to collect, not only to invest. So just because I'm buying something doesn't necessarily mean you should buy it if you're trying to invest in stuff. So keep that in mind. But overall, that's going to do it for this week's skins video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and remember, have a skits one.